How much natto should you eat daily? That's something I'm going to talk about today, so stick around. Hi, my name is Sachiaki Takamiya, the Natto King. I am the author of Natto Unleashed and the Ikigai Diet. In the last video, someone asked me this question: how much natto should I eat per day? I have been eating one of the little packets you showed every day. So a packet, you're talking about this one packet of natto or one a pack of natto. So how much should you eat daily? Actually, I made a video before about this topic, which is called, Can You Eat Natto Too Much? What is the appropriate amount of eating natto per day by Natto King? However, it was about a year or maybe 2 years ago, so there's been some updates. So I want to share with you the latest information on how much natto you should eat per day. So please watch the video until the end. In the video, I said 2 packs of natto is maximum, and it is about 100 grams of natto because one pack is about 50 grams, depending on the package, of course. Some pack is like 30 grams, but others are 50. So the idea is 100 grams of natto is maximum. This is the general recommendation in Japan. And I said one pack a day, which is about 50 grams, is appropriate. That would be a good amount to eat because there is something called purine in natto, and you don't want to have too much purine. There's a daily limit to purine intake, and that is 400 milligrams. And 50 grams of natto contains 60 milligrams. Therefore, if you have just one pack, it is very safe. You have plenty of space left. Even if you have 2 packs, that's 120 milligrams, so you still have plenty of space left. However, it depends on what else you eat on that day. If you eat sardines, for example, 100 grams of sardine contain 210 milligrams of purine. Or if you eat liver, that contains over 200 milligrams of purine too. So depending on what else you eat on that day, you can calculate. But generally speaking, if you have 1 pack or 2 packs of natto, it should be safe. So I recommended a pack of which is a 50 grams a day is good. So 60 milligrams of purine. Also, this is because diversity is important. You don't want to eat only natto. You want to have all kinds of food sources, other beans or, fish and so on, even for the protein too. Not only natto, eat other protein sources too. However, when you think about protein intake, so how much protein does a packet of natto contain? So usually for 100 grams, there's about 18 grams of protein. So that means 50 grams of natto contain just 9 grams of protein. So it's not a lot of protein when you think about it. So how much protein do you need per day? When I made that video, I was basing on this data that RDA, recommended daily allowance for protein, was 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight. So in my case, I weigh about 60 kilograms. So that means I needed about 48 grams per day. Therefore, the protein amount wasn't as critical as now. However, recently, many experts are saying 0.8 gram per kilogram body weight is not enough. You need to have 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight, or sometimes 1.6 gram per kilogram of body weight if you are older individuals or if you're physically active. In my case, I'm 62 years old, so I think I need 1.6 gram per kilogram of body weight. That means I need about 96 grams per day. So if I have just 9 grams from natto, it isn't enough. Therefore, I have 2 packs of natto, which is 100 grams of natto and 18 grams of protein and 120 milligrams of purine. Still safe. Also, there is a question whether to eat natto for breakfast or for dinner. In Japan, traditionally or for a long time, natto has been a breakfast dish. Many people ate natto for breakfast. However, recently, many people eat natto for dinner. This is for health reason. Many health experts recommend that we eat natto for dinner because there is an enzyme called natto kinase, which can prevent blood clotting. And natto kinase works 10 to 12 hours after ingesting. If you eat natto for dinner, that means natto kinase will work while you're sleeping. And during your sleep, blood clotting often occurs. Therefore, if you are to prevent blood clotting, the best time to eat natto is dinner time so that it can work during your sleep. So, does it mean there isn't any health benefit to eating natto for breakfast? Yes, there is. There is another benefit. That is natto bacteria. I have been talking about natto bacteria many times in the last few videos. It is super bacteria. For details, please watch those videos. But anyway, natto bacteria, it is good to have it when you break your fast. And breakfast is basically a fast breaking meal. You have 10 hours or 12 hours break from dinner time. And in my case, I used to practice intermittent fasting, or I practice intermittent fasting during the winter time. Now I have 14 hours fasting, but I have breakfast. So I have 3 meals a day during the warm seasons. So in the past, when I practiced 17 hours fast or 24 hours fast, this was my recommendation. When you do a longer fast, which means a prolonged fast, such as 24 hours fast, 36 hours fast, you can eat natto for the first meal, but the rest of the time, you can eat natto for dinner. That was my recommendation. Also, 1 gram of natto contains 2,300 million natto bacteria. Therefore, all you need is just 1 or 2 natto beans. Then I recommended this. When you do a longer fast, you can eat natto for the first meal. When you do a shorter fast, such as 16 hours or 17 hours fast, you can eat just 1 or 2 natto beans for the first meal and eat 50 grams of natto for dinner. However, now with this increased protein intake, you can have natto both for breakfast and dinner. You can have 1 pack of natto for breakfast and another pack for dinner. But it all depends on how much protein you need and what other protein sources you're including in your daily meal too. And then, should you eat natto every day? In my case, I eat natto just 5 days a week. Therefore, I don't eat natto every day. I don't eat natto on the weekend. You can eat natto every day. Probably up to 2 packs a day every single day is okay. However, I just want to include other foods. And, as I told you, diversity is important. So I eat some other food on the weekend. So I eat natto 5 days a week, two packs of natto 5 days a week. But it's all up to you. For the health benefits of natto, please read Natto Enriched. The book also contains many recipes, tons of natto recipes, both Japanese and Western, and where to buy natto, DIY natto, navigating natto's taste, and natto hacking. Okay, thank you for watching. Again, my name is Sachiaki Takamiya, the author of Natto Unleashed and the Ikigai Diet. If you like this video, please give me your thumb up and subscribe to my channel. And please leave your comment. How much natto do you eat per day? Thank you. Well, I will see you in the next video. Live with your Ikigai!